Oh my gosh, who is she? Sometimes, and by sometimes I mean often, I get lazy when I'm cooking. I don't want to be gathering 4 million different ingredients or have to like nix 1,000 different recipes because I don't have half the ingredients. And so I thought it'd be very interesting to go online, peruse some like 5 ingredient or less recipes and see A, how easy they are to make, because that's very important, and B, or 2, do they actually taste good? Are they worth making even though they are easy? And they are simple in terms of number of ingredients. Are they good? I do have a rule. The following do not count in my world as an ingredient when I was like going through this, because it doesn't count. Number 1, salt and pepper. No, that is always in the kitchen. Number 2, water, if I have to like boil something. And number 3, if I have to coat a pan to like oil it up to cook something, I don't count that. That doesn't count. If I have to use olive oil to make the recipe, that's different, like a vinaigrette or something. Oiling a pan doesn't count. And now if you want to see more of these, because trust and believe, I did find more, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so I know and I can continue this as a series. And subscribe if you haven't already. New videos here every single Saturday. Introduce yourselves down below. And let us dive into a very, very popular recipe that I've seen floating around, mostly on TikTok, and that is the Feta Egg. Very cool concept. It looks delicious, but for that, we're gonna need to go over to the stove. All right, I have my pan. My pan is hot. Hold on, I'm still baking banana bread from the last video. Oh, those look so good. Okay, where was I? Hot pan, very important. And I'm gonna sprinkle, this is feta cheese, and I'm gonna sprinkle it around the perimeter. I'm gonna start getting a little bit crispy, a little bit melty anyway. And then egg. I did not have enough feta apparently to act as a nice little barrier. Also worth noting, I did oil this pan. Okay, and I'm gonna cover it until it cooks fully. Oh no, wait, ingredient number 3, hot chili flakes. Beautiful, back you go. That is off the heat, and I have here a little mini tortilla and some avocado, which will finish off all of the ingredients. I'm just gonna mash that on here. Might be too much avocado. Never thought I'd say that before. Nah, there's no such thing as too much avocado. Spoken like a true millennial. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of salt on the avocado. Now for the egg. Oh no! Don't you dare go on top. Look at that. It fits perfectly. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, I'd say my, I don't know if it's because I used about double the amount of avocado that I called for, or that my tortilla in this case is a little too small, but that's not working super well for me, but it's fine. It'll be delicious. Okay, I need a taste test. That's pretty good. The crispiness of the feta with the heat of the chili with the avocado, you don't even really taste the tortilla. That's actually good. Christopher, you wanna try this?
Feta egg?
Feta egg.
I do want to try that. Ooh.
Make sure you get the outside too. That's the crispy feta. Nice, right?
Oh, that's really good.
I wish I didn't cook the egg like that much. I think that a gooier egg would have been better.
Runnier yolk, yeah. Tasty.
That's good though. One of the recipes I saw did chili oil, and this one did flakes of chili. I think either would probably work.
I'd see maybe using the oil. I don't get a lot of heat from this.
Yeah, I was a little bit light on it. I could probably, even out the amount. I did double the amount of avocado.
It's really good. I mean, I feel like it needs it. You need some fat there. I'm eating all of it.
Well, no, like it's really good.
I'm sitting here mowing down on that. It's really good.
Nom, nom, nom. 5 ingredients, Christopher.
Easy to make.
Easy to make. Delicious. I do like it. Okay, we're off to a strong start. Love when that happens. So recipe number 2 is actually a dupe of a recipe from a store that I don't have here. However, it looks delicious. Ergo, we need to try it. And that is these Trader Joe's Snacky Clusters. I think that's what they're called, Snacky Clusters? Snacky Clusters. And it's basically like salty snacks like pretzels and corn chips and things like that, coated in chocolate and sprinkled with like sea salt on top. So that sounds delicious. And I love anything that's like sweet and salty, so I think this will be good. We have to start with water. It's boiling right now because we're gonna double boil some chocolate. So I actually halved this particular recipe just in case I don't like it. So we have here 2 cups of chocolate. Now the girl in the video did dark chocolate. I think the originals are milk chocolate. This is actually a mix. This is semi-sweet chocolate as well as dark chocolate, because that's what I personally like in my chocolate. And then to that, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Get that in there. And then this is just going to melt on a double boiler. So cue melted chocolate. This is very hot. But now that that's like mostly melted, I got lazy at the end of it. But it's fine because who doesn't want, you know, chunks of chocolate in there? And now to this, we have our salty snacks, where we're gonna put them afterwards. So I have pretzels, plain regular chips, and then corn chips. I want to do 1 or 2 that have like just a light coating, if that makes sense, because I feel like too much chocolate, this is just going to taste like chocolate. I want to get a little cluster in here that just has like the bare min, you know? Is it chocolatey? Yeah, it is. Is it fully chocolatey? No. Okay, that's a little baby one, but everything else is now basically entirely coated. Now we're going to form them into little clusters. I said cluster. Cluster! Oh my gosh, the chocolate to snack ratio is very off here. I'm gonna put in more pretzels because I like pretzels. First, you must crush them. Nope, need some chips. I don't even particularly like plain chips, but I feel like these are important to the plot. There we go. Look at that. Masterpiece. Getting a little aggressive with the cluster size here. Do like a little buttons. You right? We're like right over here. There we go. This was pretty easy to do too. Like, did you have to double boil it? No, you could probably just microwave it. But I have had both good and also bad experiences melting chocolate in the microwave, so I got scared. Okay, and last but not least, we're gonna put some salt on top. Now, if you wanted to be technical about it, I am putting like a flaky salt on top, which I did for the avocado too. Could this be considered like an actual ingredient? It sure could. In which case, if you wanted to be a stickler to the 5 ingredient rule, just do 2 salty snacks instead. So now, as much as I want to eat these right now, they need to go in the fridge to set. But don't worry, because I have another dessert, and that is what seems to be a version of a Swiss roll. Kind of. There are a lot of differences, but that's kind of what it looks like. And we have to start with probably my least favorite thing to make, and that is crepes. Chocolate ones. And I actually learned a trick with crepes and like making the batter or whatever from the guy who did Food Lab. What was his name, Christopher? Kenji. It was on his website, and he said for crepes to blend it in a blender, like the ingredients. So that's what I'm gonna do. Starting with a 1.5 cups of chocolate milk, a cup of flour, very carefully getting this in now, and then 2 eggs. And we're just gonna kind of lightly get it together. That looks good. Ta-da! Crepe batter. But now we go back to the stove to attempt, again, one of my least favorite things to do. Crepes are the worst. They always end up ripped in some way, shape, or form. I'll get it perfect, and then I'll slide on them like, this is it. This is gonna be the good one. And then 3/4 of it turns over. So annoying. All right, I've greased my pan. Batter in. It's looking crepe-like, but this is how they get you. And now I just sit here and wait. Ah! It's so hot. No! Well, here goes a really long and annoying process for me. Yay! Okay, update. After failing another one. I'm also noting that this is like a much lighter batter shade than what he had, so I'm just adding more chocolate to this to make it more darker, I guess. I don't know. Okay, wish me luck. Oh my gosh, I hated that. Everything about that was terrible. But now onto the filling. And for this, I'm actually gonna do a bit of an experiment. So technically, I'm counting this as 1 ingredient, but I'm splitting it down the middle because I wanna know which one is gonna be better. Starting with good old-fashioned Cool Whip. Got a fresh one. Ooh, Now it wants me to use the whole container. That's so much. Okay, hang on. Technically, it wants me to use 2 containers. It just feels like a lot. So I'm gonna do half with Cool Whip, and I'm gonna do half with whipping cream. Technically, I had some in the fridge already from pancakes. So I don't know how much I have of this, but we'll just do a whole bunch. There we go. And now we're adding crushed up Oreos to it. Took out all of my frustrations from the crepes on this. And he may have ground his up a little bit more than I did, but I kind of want chunks of Oreo in this, so I'm gonna keep it the way it is. I don't want it too crummy. And we mix. So funny side by side, the difference in consistency. So for the assembly process, he lays out the 3 of them in a row. Like that, I think. And then what he does is he does the filling down the middle. So what I'm gonna attempt to do is I'm gonna attempt to divide this in half and do Cool Whip on one side and whipping cream on the other. I'm sure also the more that this sits out, the softer the Oreos get, which might also be a vibe. How thick did he make his? Oh, not very thick. Let's try that again. How on earth did he go through so much Cool Whip? Hold on, gotta delete some of this. Do you see how seriously I'm taking this? It's still gonna be really thick, and I think it's gonna be too thick because I wanted cookie crumbs, and he probably did it the better way, but whatever. Now, whipped cream. Get back here. There we go. Okay, now that that is good to go. Way too thick. I'm just gonna say it. This is gonna be way too thick. Rachel! My too muchness is showing, and I'm so sorry. So now we fold in the sides like that, and then we roll. It's like oozing out. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be massive. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Christopher! Good timing. Want to cut this thing? Get my dessert burrito.
Looks awesome. How do you want it cut? Like an angle? Like
no, it has to be straight in half because half of it is with Cool Whip and half of it is with real whip.
Oh, okay.
Don't squish it.
I didn't.
Oh, look at that.
Man, that looks good.
It looks so good. Which one do you want to try first?
I don't love Cool Whip myself. It's fine, but I would rather have this one.
Okay, try that one first.
All right.
I'll try this one. Boop. Now there might be a little bit of Cool Whip on that, just so you know. I don't know exactly how in the middle I made this.
They are not meant to be like a burrito.
It's so good.
The whipped cream side is better. Thank you.
There you go. The whipped cream side is better tasting. Yep. This one is holding its integrity a little bit better.
Yep.
But like, oh boy, it's delicious.
Really good.
Really good. I have so much left over though. I don't know how he did the amount of crepe recipe that he had and the amount of filling doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you don't need that much Cool Whip or whipped cream or whatever it is. So just as a note, it is very good though. Now I want to try another 5 ingredient meal basically. And it's kind of similar to the egg one, but this time it's a cheeseburger. So we're gonna bring out our tortillas again. And then we're taking our cheeseburger meat raw and just throwing it on. Feels wrong. They did it basically all the way to the edge. I wonder if this would be good too. I bet it would be with like ground turkey or ground chicken. I really like a good turkey burger. I was just about to say I was really trying to not get my hands all covered in raw meat. Didn't work. It's fine. Okay, back we go. All right, this is nice and hot. Take this guy and I'm gonna smoosh it down. Take another guy. And now we wait until that is cooked. And then we're gonna flip. I just realized I just flipped this and it wasn't recording, but it's got a bubble on this side, which is hilarious. I'm putting cheese on this guy and then taking the lid and putting it down on that one. But this guy, look at that. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, these look incredible. So this is 3 ingredients, obviously. So if you're gonna go with the whole 5 ingredients total, that means 2 toppings. One, it's gotta be ketchup. Very important to me to have ketchup on a burger. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I've never once done that ever. Oh, can I do that again? Oh my gosh, who is she? Then pickles. Because, you know, that's just fun. Okay, Christopher, I have food for you. It looks really good. I'm kind of excited about it. I didn't know what your stance was on pickles.
You know I'm a good person.
Yes. Goals. This is pretty fun. Crispy, burgery. It is cooked through. That was my one concern. I was like, I don't understand how this works. Cheers. Blah.
That's not good. Here, have this one.
No.
Yeah,
No,
have
no.
that one.
No.
You try it.
I left mine for too long on there.
It's really good.
It is good, and I like the crispiness here, but I don't get a lot of like bread in this.
Yeah.
So as me, I would also have naan on this instead
Yeah,
of
like the rounds. Yeah,
instead of the tortilla.
The ratio is a bit off. I mean, the flavor is really good, of course. It's burger, cheese, pickle, ketchup, all good things.
But
yeah, a little bit more bread would be good.
and that was like relatively easy to do for the most part.
Nice.
So really good like this. Oh, the clusters are done. They look beautiful. We have a bunch of different ones. Let's start with this guy. Ooh, they have some weight to them. It just tastes like crunchy chocolate with salt. Let's try this one that I tried to not cover in too much chocolate. That's better. The chocolate isn't tempered though, so it's getting all over me. So it might actually be better to make these quite small. You can like pop them in your mouth kind of thing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's chocolate and it's crunchy and it's salty, but it's not as good with a lot of chocolate on it, in my opinion. I don't know if you could like do a little bit of chocolate to bind it and then put those on and then drizzle chocolate on top and then put salt. I think that would be a lot better, because this is just a brick of chocolate. Don't get me wrong, I love chocolate, but this isn't, not as good as I was hoping. Okay, this next one actually has less than 5 ingredients, but it had so many views and a lot of people were really excited about it. I had to give it a try. Starting with frozen grapes. These have been chilling for a while. We're gonna take this guy, which is just like a rotary cheese grater. I've never done this before, so I don't know how many to put in here. I assume that's fine. And then we rotate. I kind of wish that I had the one the guy had, so I could rest it on something, because this is weirdly just not very comfortable to do. It's working very well though. It's all like shredded and stuff. More grapes. Christopher, can you please help me? Like, it is coming out. The other ingredient, well, Christopher does this so nicely for me. Thank you, Christopher.
Okay.
The other ingredient is lime, and I have tried lime and grapes before, and it is delicious. So I'm excited for that. But the other ingredient, I said,
the other ingredient
is tahini. The guy sort of just sprinkled some on top, and he used like half a lime. I'm gonna put some lime on top. Well, Christopher, since you're here anyway, you might as well taste test this.
Might as well.
Might as well, you're already here. And then a little sprinkle of this on top. I don't know how I feel about spicy grapes, but I mean, I'm kind of excited about it.
My side.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of spice. Cheers.
That is cool.
It like melts in your mouth.
Yeah, that's just like a sorbet.
Yeah, that's really good.
That is great.
I would absolutely make this again.
You know what this is good for? And I don't know, maybe without the spice, but like a quick and easy kids dessert. They're like, hey, like, you know, what's for dessert? You know, I'm everything prepared. I'm gonna give them something. This is cool looking. It's fun. They can participate in it, grade it. You know?
Yeah, I think my kids would like this.
Oh yeah.
I think they like it a lot. Well, this is like pretty successful.
Really
Thank you,
good.
Christopher.
Thank you.
Honestly, this video was pretty successful, especially compared to last week. Still upset about it. And subscribe if you haven't already. New videos here every single Saturday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, fantastic day, and I will see you guys all in the next one.